Well done. So both conference players of the week for the two seniors, View Conde and Marquand Butley, and a very nice ceremony. And crowd really appreciates it. And now we will honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Some Lynn students will sing it for us. Should be good. Wow, that was spectacular. That definitely not a garage brand, Alex. And I hope that you live in the same dorm and are able to listen to those kids sing at night.
Listen, that's awesome. Obviously, we had Coach Price's daughter singing at one time. We had a student, Josh Quigley, I believe, sang at one time. So it's nice that we got the students involved here. That was beautiful.
Well, he has such a talented music school here at Lynn, and why not? Bring these kids out here. A tremendous job. That was awesome. So for Nova, Dwayne Gibson Jr. starts at one guard. Troy Spears, Gerard Tarrin, Carl Allenfall, along with Harrison Goodrick. They are coached by Gary Toole. And now the lights are off, so we'll listen to Jeff introduce the starting five. Wow, what a show, huh?
How about that? How about that?
Can we get the Boynton Beach band for every home game and introduce the starting lineup like that?
Yeah, that was electric. I know it as a player. I mean, 1 through 12, that's pumped. That pumped me up.
Oh yeah. And this is, like I said, this is not a pep band. This is a full marching band in here. And that sound is just going to bounce off the walls. I'll let you listen because we're not going to be able to talk over it. So enjoy the band. The Boynton Beach Tiger Marching Band. What's the quarterback's name who plays for Louisville? A Heisman candidate?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, a Boynton Beach product. Terrific quarterback. All right, we're ready for action, and everybody's got to be fired up now, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of my seat already.
Now, B.J. Edwards is the point guard for Nova. Backdoor pass, they'll run plenty of those. Lynn was ready for it and comes up with a steal. There's Palmer in the corner. Nova will play this zone here. Baez walks into a 2 and hits it just beyond the right elbow. Baez with a bucket.
I'll tell you what, we talked about Conde and Botley's big games. Another person who should be recognized is Baez. He had 14 and 7 the last game out, and he was really proud of it. So he's coming off a hot game too. So, give it up for our seniors, but watch out for Baez off another big game.
Yeah, looked confident on that jumper, then loses his man back door. That doesn't happen to Allen very often. I think the ball was bobbled initially. It put him off his pace. Palmer for 3 strong. Rebound out of bounds to the Sharks.
Yeah, just obviously quick note on that last shot. Obviously, you talk about that band coming in here. Everyone's getting hyped up too. But now as a player, you got to control. You got to control your emotions. You got to control those nerves a little bit. And that seemed like a little bit of a rush shot by Palmer because obviously he's motivated, but you got to get that in control now. So look for him to do that better.
Dwayne Gibson Jr., 6'5", 210 sophomore out of Indianapolis. A big guard. And here's B.J. Edwards, the junior out of Fort Myers. Gibson to the rack. Takes a difficult shot. Fortunate bounce for Nova Southeastern. Goes right in the hand of Spears. So Spears with 2 easy lay-ins to begin the game. The junior out of Martinsville, Indiana. He averages 11 a game.
I bet you he'll call that a pass in the film room.
Conde is double. Out to Botley, fake the 3, comes to Palmer, his corner 3, rimming no. And a strong rebound inside for the Sharks and Ellenfall. Edwards, they look for the back door. Here's Goodrick. He has range, the left-hander. That hits the back of the iron. And Botley with a rebound. In transition, pulls up for a 3, bam!
Man, shooters shoot, man. The shooters shoot, and he's going to keep shooting, so watch out for that dead eye.
Yeah, Marquand has been on fire, and he gives Lynn the 5-4 lead. His parents were here. They escorted him out to center court for the senior day. Another backdoor cut works. Coach Price disgusted with his defense allowing that to happen. They went over it in practice, Alex. And then Nova burns you twice with it.
Yeah, that backside help's got to come over and to defend that pass.
Botley from NBA range with 6'5" Gibson in his face.
And Botley was the one on the help side defense that let that one go, and how do you make up for it? Knock down a three-pointer.
So Botley has not cooled off from his 17 threes last week on the road. And his parents walked him out. It looked like his dad wasn't good enough shape to play as well. The senior from Dallas, Goodrick, 17-footer rims in for Harrison Goodrick, who averages 17 points, 9 rebounds. 8-8 we're tied.
Yeah, Goodrick on that first three-pointer saw that Conde was sagging off, so he's going to look for him to pull that trigger even more, especially even from that mid-range.
Darius James had it poked away from behind, and then James is tripped inadvertently. Now they'll call the foul on Darius. So a Lynn turnover. We're tied at 8 as you see the Boynton Beach Band making their way into their seats. Full court pressure. Gibson advances into the front court all the way to the rim. Rejected by View, the candy man.
Very nice timing on that one, too. That's all blocks are about length and timing.
Palmer all the way to the rim. You can't stop that. The runaway train. 10-8.
That's what happens. Good defense leads to good offense, easy offense, and that's the typical play right there.
B.J. Edwards. Checked by Botley. Edwards measures in around 6 feet. I don't know about that. Gibson back to Edwards. Now 10 on the shot clock, Spears. This is Allen Fall against Palmer with 6. Takes it into the lane, backing down against Jamal. Throws up a brick. Spears crashing the glass, and we have a foul called. And if that's on Darius James, that's his second.
Yeah, between him and O'Brien, that's on Conde, looks like, but between him and O'Brien, they sometimes struggle with foul trouble. So keeping them out of foul trouble early will be the big key for Lynn, too.
Now that is the under-16 media timeout here. A quick 4 minutes of play. Very fast-paced, good action. 10-8 Lynn here in the Lynn Sports Network.
My name's Chad Beatty. I'm the Director of Athletic Communications at Lynn University. This September, we're going to be launching the Lynn.
What's up, girls? How's everything going?
Oh, hey, Chad. I didn't know anybody was working this weekend.
Are you okay? You need a power bar, Powerade, towel?
No, we're okay. Thanks.
Okay. Keep up the good work.
As Coach Price breaks his huddle, and I can't get enough of Chad Beatty and his Oscar performance in the Lynn ads.
I was going to say, that's a really nice way to, get the media time. Now let's go. Keep everyone entertained with the I wish we can get some audio on that, man. I'd love to hear what they got to say, too.
Well, the fans at home have the audio, so we don't get it here upstairs at the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I'm sure there's jokes that we're missing, so I'd love to be part of it,
Well, even without the audio, just Chad's acting, he's got me. He's got my Oscar nomination. 10-8. Allen Fall, the left-hander for 3, a brick. Botley weak side rebound. Here comes Marquand in transition. Baez, 4-3 right wing. And that's an air ball. James saves it to Palmer. Jamal goes to the hoop. The floater is in. Beautiful touch by Palmer, who has 4. In transition, Goodrick the slam. So 3 easy buckets given up by Coach Price's defense here to the disgust of Jeff Price.
Yeah, interesting call. He's gotten beaten a lot of backdoor plays, so I'm interested why they went into his zone, obviously because they're getting beat on hustle. So, but yeah, good play by Nova to get out in front of it.
Conde jump pass to James, and he slams it home to the delight of the crowd. 14-10, Lynn. Let's see if Coach Price's troops tighten up the defense. You know, Coach went over it over and over again with his kids. But sometimes There's another backdoor, this time tipped away by View. Good hands. Goodrick spinning, leans in. Rim's no good. Good battle by Conde. Tries to save, goes head first into the stands, giving his body and made the save. As John Loeb helps him to his feet. Wow, what an effort by the Candyman.
Yeah, it's good to see. I'll give him credit too on the defense. When you're his size, you got to keep your hands up, and he did. And then, wow, what hustle! I mean, that's how you save. I mean, you get rewarded on those type of plays by getting those nice bounces off of Nova. So good job by Conde laying out.
Well, Lynn started 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Nova 4 of 8 from the field. Botley with 2 trays. Palmer with 2 field goals. Good quick passing. Baez pass deflected. James hits it back out to Botley. Return to James for the big dunk. And the crowd loves it.
I mean, it's so great. It's great. I mean, that's what happens when you move the ball around. You find the open man, and nothing's easier than a nice two-handed dunk from Darius James.
16-10. Lynn's largest lead of the day. Allenfall inside. Goodrick had it rejected by Darius. But that will be James's second. So another backdoor cut, beating the Lynn defense. And that's going to infuriate not only Coach Price, but obviously associate head coach Tay Norwood, who works so hard with his team on the defensive end.
Yeah, it was just a classic case of guys just watching the ball. You got to stay with your man and the ball. They always talk about point to both. Point to the man, point to the ball. If you can't get a gauge on him, then he's going around the corner. So that's just a classic case of being aware of where everyone is.
Goodrick connects on the first free throw attempted of the game. It's 16-11 Lynn. James will depart with 2 fouls, also has two dunks in this game, and has kept alive numerous rebounds on the offensive side.
I like how they go with Kenny on as a defensive substitute. He's got length too, so he'll keep his arms up, try to bat some of those backdoor balls down, just like View did in the last possession.
Pachukwu in the post, gets it out to Palmer. Palmer drives, had it knocked away. They said last touch by Jamal. Lynn turnover, their second.
Yeah, I know Palmer's going to want that one back. He had it clear lane in the basket, just lost the ball.
Full court pressure, and then Lynn lapses. Dwayne Gibson Jr. on the bounce, pulls up for 3 and buries it. Gibson, who averages 14.6 rebounds, 41% from beyond the arc, so you can't give him any space, Alex.
Yeah, interesting that they have Conde guarding him too. He's bringing the ball. He's a primary ball handler, and he's got to respect the drive, so he's going to give up that shot. A 41% three-point shooter, it's going to be a mistake.
Conde finds Pachukwu from the foul line. His little jumper is good. Nice soft touch by the freshman.
Good to see him have some confidence in there too. He's pulling up that first shot. That's big for him. Get him rolling too.
Now the senior center from Senegal, View Conde, finds the freshman center from Nigeria. Gibson turning in the lane and scoring.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a mismatch if they're going to continue with the 2 center lineup. So they're going to look to see some adjustments from Price in this one.
Conde, beautiful find of Pachukwu, and he's fouled by Gibson, and that's the trade-off there.
Yeah.
You got the big size against the zone, and Gibson had to foul Pachukwu. On the other side, it's difficult for Lynn to guard the smaller, more agile players.
As athletic as this Lynn team is, I think that would have been a season high in dunks if Kenny made that 3. Because he had Darius 2 right off the jump, and Conde would have had that to fall. But as you said, that is a trade-off on defense. He struggles the perimeter, but on offense, you got that size advantage.
Pachukwu 58% from the free throw line. 6'10" center out of Nigeria. Played at Grandview Prep with Jamal Palmer and Jawan Frazier. The lead is 2 for Lynn. There's the pressure. They get it to B.J. Edwards, who glides into the front court, checked by Botley. Nice change of pace. Allenfall, good ball fake, and then he slams it down the baseline. And Coach Price up off the bench again, clearly frustrated with his team's defense. We're tied at 19.
Yeah, you got to stay on the ground. You jump on a pump fake, you're at the offensive player's will. Oh, that's a legal screen.
And let's see who that goes against. Spears hit the slender Wachukwu pretty hard.
Yeah, they said he didn't make an effort to go around the pick. He tried to go through it. That's a good call.
So that's the first foul on Spears. We're tied at 19 with the second media timeout. And we'll keep it here during this one. Big crowd on hand as you take a look at the Lynn huddle. There's Tay Norwood, and if they want to talk defense, Tay's typically going to be in the middle of the huddle, and now Coach Price will take over.
Yeah, you always see Coach Norwood. He's always down in a defensive stance, trying to get his guys motivated on defense. But I'm sure what they're saying is just basic stuff. Keep yourself between the man and the ball, and then also the rim. And just know where everyone is in the court. I mean, those backdoor passes. If you're a weak side help guy, and the guys go backdoor in that way, you got to be able to step up and be able to stop it at least, and just trust your rotation. That's essentially what defense is. It's trusting each other, communicating, knowing where everyone is, and when you get beat backdoor, you hope that you get that help in the weak side because you're overplaying the perimeter pass. So, I'm sure they're just talking about communicate on defense and just focus. Know where everyone is. Know your personnel. And
you know that Lynn has worked on guarding the backdoor cuts, but it's sometimes easier said than done. This Princeton-style offense can be difficult to defend, and Nova Southeastern executes it well, no doubt, under Gary Toole.
Yeah, you see they got 12 points in the paint. A lot of those have been from those backdoor cuts. Obviously, you got a couple fast break buckets too. But again, yeah, it is. When it is hard to guard a backdoor cut because you're taught to deny the ball, but they can just switch that to go backdoor, and that's where you're left vulnerable. But again, timeouts are for adjustments, so hopefully they can make that here.
All right, we're tied at 19 with 11 and a half minutes to play. High scoring first half. Frazier enters the game, takes a three, misses. And Nova can take their first lead of the game.
Yeah,
check that, they led 4-2. Sorry, Alex, go ahead.
Lynn's going to go with a 4 out, 1 in set, obviously from that adjustment from Kenny getting beat twice on defense. So see what happens.
Edwards leans in, throws it up, well defended. Butley away with the loose ball. 3-on-2 opportunity. Finds Palmer, takes it to the rim, rejected by Allenfall.
That's a great help over the top. The guy underneath was trying to take a charge. Palmer got around it. He was able to come back and block it.
Allenfall, a bit deceptive. A very good-looking athlete out there. 6'5" forward. Edwards gets called for the charge. The clear out with the lead elbow to move Baez out of the way. And getting back to Allenfall, he's a freshman from Sweden. But maybe a better athlete than some of the kids are assuming.
Yeah, you saw him beat Kenny baseline for a dunk, and then you saw him come over the top for that block. And so he's got that sneaky athleticism. I saw him once he can shoot the ball too. Again, he's a good player. And Lynn gets beat sometimes by those sneaky athletic players, so they got to be able to see those adjustments.
Botley, who has 2 threes. Good passing. Baez 4-3 as the shot clock expires. And we haven't seen Kevin O'Brien yet here today. And View Conde remains on the floor. Darius James is back with 2 fouls, Alex.
Yeah, O'Brien missed the last couple games with, I believe it was a head injury. I think it was a concussion, actually. He and Chances got banged up a little bit during practice. So not sure if he's 100% yet, but hopefully he'll be back, by at least the Tampa game, if not this game.
So checking in for the Sharks is Remy Farrell, 6'7" senior out of Woodbridge, Connecticut. Frazier will pull back dribble. Also in the game, Jordan Stuckey, a junior from Warsaw, Indiana. Frazier takes it in the lane, scoop past James, back out with 2 seconds. Botley's going to have to heave it up, and that will end the shot clock. So Nova Southeastern beginning to move better defensively in their zone, as Lynn unable to get the looks that they had earlier in this half.
Yeah, and last year, obviously last year was a different team, but last year they struggled with the zone. Hasn't seen too much of it this year because of their improved perimeter shooting. But when you overload a side like that, you gotta be able to get the ball inside at some point. They weren't able to do that.
Allen Fall against the smaller Botley. Corner jumper is in for Farrell. And also in the game for Coach Toole is Pat Huffline, another sophomore from Indianapolis, as James' shot won't fall. Nova by 2. Stuckey being tied up by Frazier and a jump ball.
Yeah, good job by Frazier getting his hands in there, tying him up. Good job getting the ball back. It's a good defensive possession by Lynn. Obviously, if the ball only goes by half court, it's a good defensive possession.
Frazier and Baez on the perimeter. Botley was running the baseline. And there's the open look for Baez. Yes!
There it is.
As Lynn retakes the lead, that's good ball movement. Anytime they've got that ball inside, Alex, it seems to open up a shot either on the other side of the paint or the three-point line.
Yeah, usually there's 2 spots you want to attack in the zone. You want to attack that baseline down low, that low post, or you want to attack the free throw line extended and get the ball in there, because collapse the defense, be able to kick it out for an open 3 or a jump shot inside, and that's what they were able to do in that last possession.
Terrific defense by Conde, fortuitous bounce back to Goodrick as the 2 bigs battle. Step back three-pointer is in. Tough shot. Drain there. Did you get a number there?
25? Or
is that number 8 or 0? Nikita Orap. Orap, the sophomore from Russia.
Yeah, Nova's going to use a lot of different guys. They're on playoff contention, so they might use their whole bench today. So look for contributions from everywhere.
Frazier straight on 3, hits the heel of the rim. Nikita Orap, he's the first Russian that I can remember seeing in the league this season. I could be wrong. Orap, a 6'5" sophomore. Here's Goodrick, gets it to Orap. You're going to have to stay with him. Obviously, that kid can shoot. It's the back of the iron there.
Yeah, Conde's got to hedge higher, cut that shot off, make them beat them baseline.
And Botley misses, kept alive by Frazier, and out of bounds to Lynn. Good hustle by Conde and Frazier.
Yeah, View's had a never quit attitude this game, diving out of bounds and knocking the ball off the defender right there. So good job by View, really hustling so far, and then senior day.
As Lynn heads to the bench at the under 8-minute media timeout with the score 24-22, Nova Southeastern on the Lynn Sports Network.
Hey Alex, can I borrow your computer? Mine's not working.
Yeah, sure, here you go.
Thanks. Yours isn't working either.
Hang on, let me see. Oh, swimmers.
And there is the Fighting Night mascot. Well, I guess the Boynton Beach band is going to play at halftime. I was hoping maybe during timeouts that they'd get to blare some tunes.
Well, I think it'll be great to have him at halftime. Get a full 15 minutes in for him. It'll be awesome. I think his name's Lance, by the way. I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna go with Lance. I'm pretty sure.
Does he walk around campus in the mascot uniform?
Sometimes, actually, yeah, sometimes. I've seen him around.
24-22. Sharks up by 2, and that pass nearly picked off on the inbounds play. So Nova Southeastern, 53% from the field, 2 of 5 three-point territory. Lynn, 50% from the field, and 3 of 10 from three-point land. There's some terrific ball movement. And Conde, the short jumper, drains that off the assist from Palmer.
A good ball movement again. Sets up Conde wide open.
And we are tied at 24. 6.5 minutes to play first half. Huffine. Orap. And here's Goodrick against Conde. Terrific matchup. The lefty has it rejected by James. Ahead they run to Palmer in transition. Gets undercut and scores. And Palmer says, where's the foul? He definitely got hit toward in the area of the lower body.
Yeah, but good defense by James not fouling. He's obviously got 2 quick fouls, so it's good job of him in not fouling that. And then obviously the focus by Palmer to finish that layup.
And Conde's done a sensational job on Goodrick early on. And terrific denial defense here by Lynn as the shot clock moves to 7. Goodrick, a little step through, hangs, had it knocked away, and a walk. So Lynn doing an exceptional job on Goodrick.
Yeah, good job by James going straight up there. That could have been easily called a foul if he put his arms down, but he used the rule of verticality, stayed straight up, and he saw that Goodrick lost the ball by himself and caught it. So good job by Lynn on defense in the interior again. Second straight possession by James.
The Lynn lead is 2. 5:20 to play first half. Nova definitely finding Marquand Botley on the perimeter. There's the open shot. Conde rattles it in on the soft touch. That is the porous area of the Nova defense.
Yeah, he's got to turn and face right away as he did right there, and that's going to be a bucket every time if they're going to continue to let him have it.
Yeah, Conde with 2 short jump shots. And lead is 4. Steal by Frazier. But he landed out of bounds when he came down with it. And Nova, a couple substitutions. Alan Fall returns, along with Max Kurkowski, a 6'7" freshman out of Plainfield, Indiana. A lot of Hoosier kids on this roster for the Sharks.
They want to escape the weather. Obviously, it was 60
Yeah.
degrees up there this weekend, but they want to escape it otherwise.
And backdoor this time, better defended, but good find, and laying it in is Kurkowski off of the assist from Alan Fall. And Alan Fall, this freshman from Sweden, is going to be a good player in this conference. Palmer's pass deflected out of bounds by Goodrick as he tried to sneak it into Conde.
Yeah, Palmer left his feet in a little jump pass right there, and usually that's going to get you into trouble. Got bailed out by a batted ball out of bounds, so he's got to stay on his feet.
The ball in Frazier's hands. Now the 10-second mark of the shot clock. Frazier, great setup for Palmer, double clutch. Draws the foul. The outside official makes the call, and Goodrick turns to anybody that'll listen to him, saying that he did not commit the foul.
Yeah, it looked like he came down a little bit on that, and that'll usually get you a foul if you make some contact. So good job by Palmer going right into him, initiating the contact.
So Palmer to the line to shoot 2. And checking into the game will be Felipe Suiza, a 6'6", another freshman, and this kid out of Dr. Kropp High School in Aventura. Also coming back is Gibson. So Gary Toole playing a lot of bodies here in the first half.
Obviously that was expected. You want to get your guys and get some reps in for those younger guys who are going to be here next year for a team that's not in the playoff hunt. But, what that's going to mean for Lynn is you're going to have a lot of guys that have something to prove, so they're going to be playing hard. So you better match that intensity or exceed it, for that matter.
And Palmer knocks down 1 of 2. Jamal with 5 points. As we noted in pregame, he's been in double figures in every game since returning from the broken hand injury. The backdoor cut again works for Nova. It's Spears, who's evidently very deceptive because Spears is connected on 3 backdoor cuts.
Yeah, that Frazier's got to get there a little sooner. Got called for a foul on that, but you got to get used to these. They're doing the same type of plays. Obviously, constant motion with the backdoor cut at the end, so they got to be able to know. If I'm weak side help, I got to be able to slide over.
And the free throw in and out for Troy Spears. And missed them both, but look at who has the offensive rebound. Gets it back to Spears and draws another foul. Conde upset with that call, so that's going to hurt. Spears back to the line. Allenfall pulled the offensive rebound, so 2 quick fouls on Conde.
Yeah, Palmer's got to do a better job boxing out down there. Can't let that happen.
And Spears misses his third. He's just kind of laughing at himself, so Wachukwu will replace Conde. It doesn't appear that Kevin O'Brien will be able to play again tonight. (29-27). Under 4 minutes to play first half.
Yeah, pace has definitely slowed down for this game. I feel like that's gone a little bit in Nova's favor. When you had Lynn at that fast pace, they were beating him up and down the court 3-on-2s, and it slowed down. So do another turnover right here.
Well, the zone giving Lynn fits at the moment after a quick start by Lynn. There's Dwayne Gibson. Along the baseline, Allenfall got it to Gibson somehow, and he muscles it in. Now check that, that was Suiza, the 6'6" freshman from Aventura.
And they switched to a 3-2, looks like.
Botley looking for any opening. Palmer in the center of that zone, left it short. Digs for the loose ball, and out of bounds to Nova. We are tied at 29. So a media timeout at the 2:53 mark. And Lynn in a battle here, Nova Southeastern. You wondered how the Sharks would come out, being mathematically eliminated from postseason play. Not much to play for, but Gary Toole going deep in his bench, and as you pointed out, Alex, giving a lot of these freshmen an opportunity to play, and they've got something to prove, and they are playing well with tremendous effort.
Yeah, I said that pregame too. With a team like this, they're not out of it. They would love to play spoiler, and you got to know that as Lynn, you got to be one, protect your home court, but you got to know that, listen, these guys, they don't have much to play for in the standings, but they got a lot to play for themselves, and and the coach is going to want them to get up for every single minute, every single possession, and that's what they've been doing. They've been out hustling them, pressuring them on defense, and Lynn can't be having that. Obviously, you get those turnovers. You got minimized 5 turnovers in the first half so far for Lynn, but it's been Nova's been able to slow the pace down and really get Lynn out of transition, which has been their strong suit. Points, and I believe the majority of those have came before the second media timeout.
Yeah, Gary, this is his 13th and final season at the helm for Nova Southeastern. So playing hard for their coach are the Sharks. He spent 7 years as head coach at Augusta State University before coming to Nova Southeastern.
Ooh. I like this call by Lynn, putting the press on, pick the pace up a little bit.
We're tied at 29. 6 points for Botley, 7 for Palmer lead the way. 7 points for Gibson, 6 for Goodrick. And a very even game. Straight on 3 is a brick shot up by Suiza. Malik Morrow for 3, yes! Wide open in transition. Malik Morrow with that solid fundamental jumper. He hasn't shot the ball well, Alex, but with his release and good-looking stroke, they're going to start to fall.
Yeah, he hasn't had too much playing time lately, so good for him to get some reps in here, and good for him to get hot right away, knock down the easy jumper.
Well, just over 2 minutes to play first half, and that big bucket by Morrow gives Lynn the 3-point lead. Botley rises for 3. Yes, and 1.
What do they say? Never foul a three-point shooter, and he had plenty of time to, get out of the way on that one. I believe that foul was on Dwayne Gibson. I mean, he looked like he just essentially ran into him with no regard.
Well, the Sharks have done a terrific job finding Botley, and they're pushing him further and further away from that three-point line. Botley had to step back to at least NBA range back there, Alex. And they still fouled him, but Botley drained it.
Well, that's his second bucket from that range, so they know if they're going to stop Botley, might as well pick him up at half court. Do a little box and one if they want to play his zone. But
yeah, he's that kind of hot.
Yeah, he's got recently these last 3 games he's got the in the court range, and that's tough to stop.
And that loose ball picked up by Goodrick, and then Palmer riding the hip of Goodrick. Palmer debating that he got elbowed, but Coach Price disagreeing with that call also. That is the team 6, so one more and Nova will be in the bonus. Lynn was 7 straight, 2 threes, one by Botley, one by Morrow, and then the free throw also by Marquand. Lynn in a bit of foul trouble with James and Conde on the bench with 2, O'Brien unavailable.
That's a bad foul right there off the ball. Ball's not even in play yet. And, Kenny gets charged with, I guess, a hold or something like that. But no time comes off the clock, and they get 1-on-1 chance right here.
And Goodrick puts it down. Now Goodrick 3 of 3 from the line today. Nova as a team 4 of 7. Lynn just 2 of 4. A good look at Goodrick, who will be an all-conference player. Hits them both 36-31 with 1:45 to play first half. Palmer in the middle of that zone. Wachukwu asking for it. They tried to force it into Jamal. Terrific hands and effort by Wachukwu. But then he took steps as he tried to bring himself to his feet.
That's an elementary mistake right there. You can't once you get the floor, you can't get up. And Kenny was so excited he got the ball, he wanted to share with everybody.
Yeah, Wachukwu a little raw, but big-time talent. And with this coaching staff, you'll see him improve every year at Lynn. I think he's only been playing basketball for a couple years.
You see a lot of those stories, and those players become very good, and they got so much defensive potential with their length. Well, that's a hook. That's a hook.
They're going to call a hold on Wachukwu. So 2 quick fouls on Wachukwu. He now has 2. And Wachukwu's got to be aware, Goodrick, with that left hand, you got to take that away from him.
Well, even, it's hard to take that hand away when he's using the other hand to, to essentially hook him. I mean, that was blatantly, Coach Price and I are arguing the same exact thing. I've seen a couple times Goodrick do that. Obviously, that was the most blatant of them all, but, it's tough defense, and obviously Kenny got the bad end of the stick on that one.
Now, Palmer was just arguing the same thing that you and Coach Price were. Also, he thought Goodrick got him with the right elbow.
Yeah, in the last possession. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And Palmer with a nice elevation for that rebound. So 1 of 2 for Goodrick. Here's Botley probing. Frazier. Good ball movement. for the open three for Frazier. Heel of the rim. Jawan been off a little bit, 0 for 3. In transition, strong take. Wachukwu flying in for the rebound. Off of the miss from B.J. Edwards.
Good strong rebound, secure that possession, no second chance points.
Palmer not looking for the ball. I don't know what Jamal had lost his goggles, but Frazier was not aware of that.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, I'm on. Palmer's got to be in the game the whole time. You know, obviously it's hard to see, but it looked like he was dusting his glasses off a little bit, his goggles off a little bit. He's got to be in the game the whole time.
Yeah. And then a silly foul will send Nova back to the free throw line. Baez will come in and replace Jamal, as Palmer would probably like to have those two possessions back.
Yeah, that was definitely a frustration foul, if you can call any of them that. That was a little, actually looked like he just knocked it out of bounds, but definitely some frustrated play.
And Coach Price doing some coaching there with his super sophomore, Jamal Palmer. There's Malik Morrow, who definitely shows some promise. Kid's got good size, 6'6" freshman out of Opelika Calvary Christian Academy.
Yeah, he's got good size, good athleticism, good all-around play. Oh, that's a walk.
Goodrick had it rejected. They're going to call a foul on Lynn. This will go on Baez. Goodrick, again, possibly clearing out and then may have taken steps, but that's the call to go his way.
Yeah, he's definitely, that time he's lowering your shoulder. And if you're a Lynn guy, you see someone lowering your shoulder on that one, try to establish a position right there and let him, take it with the body. It'll be a little stinger, but you know what? They'll get the charge call because he's been playing pretty little aggressive on this.
So Goodrick back to the free throw line, where he is 5 of 6 unofficially on the night. So Palmer will return after some words from Coach Jeff Price. And Coach has a few more of them before Jamal takes the court here. And now somebody has to come off. It'll be Baez. And Coach Price will get a timeout. With 21 seconds remaining in the half, Coach Price will draw up the final possession, what should be the final possession of the first half. His team up by 3. And Nova, despite the 3-14 record, it seems like you never have an easy game against this team.
Yeah, I know. Again, as you talked about, you got Nova, especially with where they are. I mean, they're going to play with a lot of heart and a lot of pride because that's essentially what they're playing for now. And Lynn pushed the lead up to about 7 or 8, and the next thing you know, Nova's coming back and on a couple defensive stops and a couple turnovers by Lynn. So you got to be aware of that. I expect at least in the second half, Lynn to adjust to that. Listen, we gotta get back in transition. Got to obviously clear the boards on defense, push the ball on the break, get the ball in transition, get some easy buckets. That's what's been working for you. Fast break points. They're up 7-0, so you got to take advantage of that. I think that should be 2 because I remember what's his name, Goodrick had a dunk in the fast break, so it should be at least 7-2.
Lynn won earlier in the season, way back on December 10th at Nova, 80-68. They lead the all-time series 21-16. So Goodrick now 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Under 20 seconds, Frazier will draw some time off the clock. And then they will go. It should go right now, 9-8. They get it to Botley. Wachukwu doesn't want it, throws it away. That was not who you wanted to get the ball. Allen fall for 3. And Lynn fortunate that turnover didn't cost him 3 points. But I'm sure Coach Price will let them hear it about that possession as well, particularly after calling a timeout. Yeah. So Lynn heading to the locker room with a 2-point advantage, 36-34.
You know what I could have seen if they could have taken advantage of Kenny's athleticism. He was standing running at the basket, throw it up to him. He's taller than everyone on the court. I mean, they just took out Goodrick, so I would love to see a little alley-oop play to end it instead of getting the ball on the wing to end half.
Well, we'll have the Boynton Beach marching band coming out to entertain everybody here at the DeHornley Center at the half. We'll take a break and let you listen. We'll be back on the other side with the first half totals and second half action, and possibly a quick interview with Coach Price before the start of the second half. The score at halftime, Lynn 36, Nova Southeastern 34.
shooters shoot, man. The shooters
Backside
shoot.
help's
He's
got
got to come over and to defend that pass.
Botley from NBA range with Palmer all the way to the rim. You can't
He's gotten
stop
beat in
that.
A lot of backdoor plays, so I'm interested why they went into a zone. Obviously, because they're getting beat on hustle. So, but yeah, good play by Nova to get out in front of it.
Conde jump pass to James, and he slams it home. Baez pass deflected. James hits it back out to Botley. Return to James for the big dunk, and the crowd loves. Conde finds Wachukwu from the foul line. His little jumper is good. Nice. And there's the open look for Baez. Yes.
There it is.
There's some. We're looking at some of the highlights in the first half. Alex, short jumper by James. It was an offensive outburst through Palmer in transition. Gets undercut and scores. And Palmer says, "Where's the foul?" He definitely got.
Obviously, what I took away is that Nova was they were hot and cold in the first half. With they slowed the pace down once they recognized that Lynn wanted to get out and run. As you talked about with the 7 fast break points, I believe most of those were really early in the first half. And Lynn was trying to get out. Nova slowed it down. That really stalled the game. As you talked about, those first 4 minutes went by like a breeze because you saw the pace was just moving back and forth. And next thing you know, Nova comes out and slows them down a little bit. And I guess that's what really pulled them in this game. Nova's hustles really pulled them back. And points in the paint, obviously off those backdoor passes, have really brought them back in this game. And for Lynn, a lot of points have come again off that fast break. And again, we saw contributions from Marquand Botley from 3, and I'll just go over these stats for you again. As far as the first half for Nova Southeastern, they're 34 points, 46% from the field, 25% from three-point range. And their leading scorer so far has been Harrison Goodrick. Obviously, he's had a couple left and right hooks in there to get him those 11 points, but you know what? We're not judging. And for Lynn, we've got Marquand Botley again with those 10 points. Jamal Palmer's had 7. He's 3 for 7 shooting. Botley's 3 for 4. All of his shots have been from the three-point land. And off the bench, you've had, Malik Morrow came in with a nice 3. Kenny Watchko had a 3. And then obviously those 2 starting bigs, Darius and View, both with 4. Lynn shooting 56% from the field, 38% from 3. They've shot 13 threes in the first half. So obviously for Lynn, they want to get those to go down more. But again, it's really been the tale of 2 halves in the first half. Lynn dominated that first half, and the first, I guess we'll call them quarters. So the first quarter in that first half, and then that second type of quarter was dominated by Nova Southeastern as far as keeping them in the game. So again, we talked about Nova Southeastern. They have a lot of pride to play for. They want to stick in the game, and and that's what they're looking to do. And hopefully Lynn can find a way to adjust to what they're doing on offense with the backdoor cuts, and on defense, on Nova's defense. You got to adjust to that zone. So look for Lynn to come out a little stronger, a little faster in the second half.
And on senior night here, View Conde with 4 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, a block and a steal. View does have 2 fouls. Did a terrific job against Goodrick before picking up those 2 fouls and having to sit. Marquand Botley, the other senior on the roster, 10 points, 3 trays, 3 for 4 for Marquand from beyond the arc, and he has that free throw. He was fouled on one of the 3 made threes that he had. So 10 points and an assist and 3 rebounds for Marquand in front of his parents. It looked like his old man could still play. Huh? He looked in very good shape.
Yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Well, Nova is out in their warm-ups, and Jeff Price kept his team in a little longer. It probably got into the year of his team. Maybe a little loose performance in some ways, particularly on the defensive end by the Fighting Knights. And if you're not alert for the full 20 minutes in each half against Nova Southeastern, they're going to make you pay. You cannot turn your back for 1 minute. They'll hurt you with a back door. They'll hurt you with their zone defense. This is a very fundamentally sound team.
Yeah, and obviously, you don't want that last possession. Is not something you want to walk in the locker room with. And obviously, I'm sure he's frustrated about that. But you just got to be. They came out with that really fast game. Obviously, they're motivated by that band, and as I said, they got to control their emotions. or they might have controlled them a little bit too much and kind of lost that flow and that pace that they came out with in that fire. So, I look for, hopefully they got that back in the second half. Hopefully Coach, got him back into it. So, again, I look for Lynn to come out with a faster pace in the second half and really establish what they had in the beginning of that first half.
Well, Christina Dybo is down on court next to the team. We'll see if Coach Price comes out in time. Sometimes he comes out right before the first possession of the second half, so we may run out of time before the pre-second half chat with Coach Price. But either way, I mean, we can assume what he's concerned with. Obviously, the defensive end and some of the carelessness offensively. 9 turnovers is too many in the first half. They do force 7 miscues on Nova. They've got the rebounding edge at the 14-12. And three-point shooting has been pretty decent, particularly when they've moved the ball, started inside, and then go outside.
Yeah, that's how you beat a zone. You want to attack the edges. And when I say the edges, you look at a 2-3 zone especially. It's that, when Buconde or Darius James or what Jamal Palmer saw in this first half, they stand the free throw line, they're going to move between, there's a little triangle from one block to the free throw line, back to the block, and that's where you want to really attack the zone. You want to find those holes because once you get into that middle, as you saw with Buconde, he had that little floater, and that's where you kind of get, and that's where you collapse the defense and kick it out for an open shot.
All right, here's Coach Price. I think we may have a moment to talk. Christina is with him, so we will send it down as soon as we get camera on Coach Price and Christina Dybo.
Hey, Coach.
All right,
so
guys.
last home game of the season, also senior night. How's the atmosphere in here, and how do you think it's affecting the team?
Well, the atmosphere in here is outstanding. I don't think our atmosphere on the bench and on the floor is matching the crowd's atmosphere, and we need to do a better job of that. I just don't think our energy was very good that half. We need to pick things up.
You guys were efficient in the first half, shooting with 56%. So how do you build upon that going into the second half?
Well, we need to get the ball inside a little bit more, make some things happen in the paint, and defensively, we're just not pressuring like we need to. We've given up a few back doors we shouldn't give up, and we're not picking up full court. You're going to see us this half pick up full court a lot more.
Great, thank you. Back to you, Ari.
All right, thanks a lot, Christina. And unfortunately, we're not able to hear the interview, so we'll just assume that what we thought Coach Price was going to talk about. And there's Kevin O'Brien. Unfortunately, Kevin out with the concussion symptoms.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a red eye. I was talking to him yesterday, and you can see he got a little bit of a stinger still. So, obviously those are a little bit of an uphill climb from those. I've had a couple of those myself, so I know what it's like. So, you want to get him 100% healthy because obviously with the head injuries, those are obviously a cause for concern. So once he clears that, I know he's more than excited to get ready to play. He missed the road trip, obviously. So I know that really stung with him a little bit. So he's ready to get back in it, hopefully by Tampa. So, at least he's doing a good job. So, he's got to support his teammates, which he's always been a good teammate. So hopefully we'll be back soon.
Yeah, the Tampa game is Saturday, so the first game of the postseason Sunshine State Conference Championship Tournament, the first round is March 1st. So hoping that we obviously see Kevin on Saturday, and then March 1st will be the first round. And it looks like Lynn will be on the road. Unless they win their last 2 games and get plenty of help, there is a small chance that they could squeak out that 4 spot, in which case they would host the 5th seed here at the DeHormey Center.
Yeah, and obviously, you talked about that. There's always that, there's a slim chance, which I was trying to refer to, but, obviously we want to be realistic. But if they do get that 4th seed, obviously everyone would like to be back here at home. But, again, we got to get this win here and get the game moving here, get that ball rolling here. And then, once they win here, they can go into Tampa with some momentum. Hopefully they won't fall behind by 15 because doing that on the road will be tougher then. So look for them to – they got to close out this game strong, and they close out the first half. So look for that.
Yeah, that Tampa game where they fell behind right away, and that was the miraculous comeback where they outscored Tampa 18-2 in the final 3 minutes and 6 seconds to send it to overtime, and then they won it. Now, you can bet Tampa is going to want payback for that, Alex.
Yeah, if you fall behind on the road like that, I'll tell you what. Obviously, you won't have the home crowd with you, so that'll be
right.
quite the uphill battle. But hopefully, close it out here first, and then go into that next game.
Yeah, that was one of the great, memorable comebacks in the history of this university basketball program and the DeHornley Center. We've had some outstanding games here this year. This is our final home game. The Botley's runner is strong. That one and just the level of noise, Alex, in that Barry game coming down the stretch. This place was extremely loud.
Yeah, my numbers are off, but it was about 10 games. It was like not a 10, excuse me. It was about it might have been like a 10-game stretch where Lynn had the ball down to the final buzzer, and whether or not they pulled it out or they lost it. I mean, there was a nice little stretch. Obviously, they had that 6-game winning streak too. So. Lynn's played in those pressure games, so the playoffs won't be that hard of a. That will be hard of a different atmosphere for them because they've been in those playoff atmospheres late in those games.
We're tied at 36. There's a good look at Jamal. Palmer with 7 points in the first half. Conde's doubled. There's the skip pass to the open three-point shooter. Baez hits the back of the iron. Palmer averaging 16 points a game on the season. Goodrick in the post. Will go at Conde, trying to pick up his third foul.
Good pass.
Skip pass, the open three, and Nova puts theirs down and takes the lead with Troy Spears' three-pointer.
He backed off of Conde, pretended to drive, drove the defense in, and kicked it out for beauty.
Conde inside to James, back to View.
Go up, View.
Passed on the open shot twice. Baez underneath to James, and he scores. Beautiful assist from Allen.
Conde has that touch from the free throw line jumper. I don't know. He should have took the first one. The second one, it was even more open. He just passed that up too. Oh, it's another passed up shot.
Yeah, Spears hit the previous three. Straight on three, Gibson rimming, no. Palmer, strong rebound. Here comes Jamal, leading the attack all the way to the hoop, floats to the rim and leaves the layup a bit short. 39-38 Sharks. Spears will launch this one, heel of the rim. And then Spears on his cut is fouled by James. And that is his third. So the offensive rebound allows a second chance opportunity. It results in Darius James' third foul.
Yeah, you want to have, you want to have those defensive rebounds because that's essentially all possessions are closed out by the rebound. People forget that sometimes. So he's got, obviously that was a long rebound, tough bounce, but you got to get your guys sealed off of that so you have a chance, or your teammates have a chance to get the board.
Troy Spears was just 1 of 4 from the free throw line. He now has 9 points. Troy averaging 11 a game, the junior out of Martinsville, Indiana, and continues to struggle from the foul line.
Yeah, Nova's given up a lot of points at the free throw line. They had that stretch where they missed 3 in a row. They were shooting 66%, 8 for 12, but a lot of those were missed in a row.
And Conde is fouled on the reach in by Spears, so View to the line to shoot 2. Conde's first trip to the free throw line. He has 4 points, 2 rebounds. The defensive player of the week in the Sunshine State Conference. Conde is a 60% free throw shooter, averages 9 points, 10 rebounds per game. On senior night, the senior from Senegal, he came out. He wasn't escorted by just 2 people. He had a whole troop with him. He had about 8 people.
Yeah, that's how View rolls. He's always got people with him. He's got that kind of, personality.
Yeah, the big gregarious personality. 40-38. The lead is 2 for the Sharks. Spears off a double pick, rimming no. Allen fall again with that athleticism. Nearly threw it away, but got it back.
He just got out hustled. You got to hustle. You cannot lose that board to him. He's just straight out hustled.
Good steal by Palmer. Motley ahead to Jamal. Flying in from the left, and that's got to be a blocking foul. No way, right in front of Coach Price, and he has a right to be furious. As you could see Spears moving while Palmer was in the air. And I don't blame Coach Price. A second official comes over to quiet the coach down, and that has infuriated Coach Price even more.
I won't lie, if he gets a tech, it's not a bad move. Get some energy for your team. They need something. Lynn needs something to really get them going right now, and that was a very, very questionable call, and that doesn't help.
Well, you wonder why the other official from the outside came over to challenge Coach Price. He had nothing to do with the play. Just looking for an altercation, evidently. 40-38. Here's Baez. And that
keep going.
Tapped away.
Yeah, Palmer's got to keep going to the corner. Obviously, good defense, good recovery by Dwayne Gibson on that one. Really get to stop that ball. But keep cut on that one, Jamal. Get yourself an open corner three.
And Lynn unable to get a rhythm. It seems like they're a little off pace. There's Palmer. Jump pass, threw it away. Intercepted by Edwards.
Yeah, it looks like they have no energy. Offense and defense, they're just kind of going through the motions again. They're dragging almost.
Gibson Jr. goes away from the screen, takes it to the rim, well defended by Darius. Here comes Botley. Baez, wide open three. In and out, tip dunk by James. And maybe that'll energize this place and the team.
Man, I mean, you could hear a pin drop in here before that dunk. I mean, Lynn needed that so badly.
Gibson, hesitation dribble, pull back three, yes. So that quiets the crowd. Big bucket by Gibson. As Nova playing with confidence now. As they look like they feel like they can win the game.
Yeah, and that possession, you got to get around those screens of you or help them out on the needed a hedge.
Conde fortunate to pick up the foul, then punches the wall, which fortunately is matted, but many of athletes have broken a hand doing that type of move out of frustration.
Yeah, Lynn's got to calm down. I mean, this is you can't let the refs get to you. Obviously, if you don't get the call you want, but you can't get hurt, as you talked about. I mean, that's an easy way to get hurt. Can't be doing that.
And Coach Price still questioning that other official who approached the bench for no reason, looking for a confrontation with Coach. Coach Price furious with that action. At this point, he's definitely more upset with that than the call. It's 43-40. We will take the under 16-minute media timeout. Lynn trails by 3 here on the Lynn Sports Network.
Lynn University's swimming program has been fantastic since it started in 2013, with individual national champions and conference swimmers of the year. But this is the season the team takes it to a whole new level.
For years, head coach Nikki Alvarez has been pushing the NCAA to become pioneers in the swimming world by establishing new events. Finally, her time has come as this season we introduce the doggy paddle.
I'm overjoyed that the NC2A has moved forward with this groundbreaking event. Now that the doggy paddle has been approved as a new competition, I have the Lynn swim team working hard to perfect their doggy paddle stroke.
Coach Alvarez is up to the task, but she also brought in the best to train the girls, Coach Riley. This specialist has been practicing and teaching the art of doggy paddling for several years and hopes to train the girls to be the best of the best. As the swim team gears up for the next season, Coach Riley and Alvarez know our swimmers can be the #1 doggy paddlers in the country.
Here's to the Friday Knights fetching more national championships.
That looks like a new one, that ad.
Yeah.
Working on the dog paddle. And now Coach Price making one of the officials laugh.
Simmer down a little bit. Good timeout, obviously immediate timeout, but that'll get it done.
And Conde misses both. So Lynn now 3 of 9 from the free throw line. They're 9th in the conference in free throw shooting. It's cost them at least a couple of games this season.
I mean, that's the last 2 years it's cost them games.
And then a hold. So Conde misses the 2 free throws and then picks up his third foul. So he and James with 3. O'Brien unavailable. Wachukwu will come back. Kenny has 2 himself. Malik Morrow also on the court for Lynn. Gibson, there's Spears just beyond the elbow, rimming in for Spears, who's having a big second half. Botley. Morrow rises for 3, a line drive air ball. And here come the Sharks in transition. And terrific defense by Wachukwu on his second leap, made the block. Morrow rises again for 3. That hits the front of the rim.
He's got to settle down. He's got to set his feet on that one. Kind of caught it, just released it without really getting set on that one.
The Shark lead is 5. Goodrick dribbles against the overplay, and a late whistle comes in as they'll get Wachukwu with a foul. Goodrich sealing with that right elbow.
Yeah, man.
And Wachukwu picks up his 3rd.
It's becoming, I mean, the coaches and the players have talked about that hook. I don't know how the refs don't see it already. I mean, I can see it from up here, and he was going, away from me.
Goodrick, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Now 8 of 9. And Nova with their largest lead of the game, 46-40. As Gary Toole will go to the bench, where Remy Farrell will check in. Goodrick extends the lead to 7. If Lynn drops this one, they could be in jeopardy of falling to 8th. Palmer's 3 comes up well short. Wachukwu, a terrific save to Botley. Palmer gets it back. He'll rise for the long deuce. This one hits the back of the iron. And Lynn has gone cold.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Palmer's body language either. I mean, he's playing frustrated also. Both he and Conde haven't been very, excited with their play nor their calls, so it's really affecting their play even more.
Goodrick, a long 3, maybe an ill-advised shot there. Morrow. There's a good skip pass. Here's Botley right in front of the bench for a 3. Yes.
He's got to get the ball more. He's got to either come get it or he's got to get open on some screens. I mean, they got to seal that guy off because he's been the best player on this court so far.
Yeah, Marquand with his 4th tray. He's now 4 of 5. And the energy. Well, now the 2 refs are discussing. And it will be Lynn basketball, so the energy causes a turnover. Palmer. There's the open 3. It's the back of the iron again. That shot was right on. Good look for Jamal.
He's got to come crash because a lot of his shots are coming off the back of the iron. Obviously, besides the shot in the last possession came up short, but he's got to come crash. Show some energy, show some hustle, show some determination. You want to be out there.
Yeah, he's a little off his game, a little out of his rhythm, Jamal. Plenty of time. Over 12 minutes to play.
No.
Botley gets called for the offensive foul. The defender was dragging on his hip. Marquand, a light clear out. And that one they call. We've seen a few on the other side.
Oh, my goodness, yes, we have.
Edwards splits the defense. Finds an open Spears. His shot no good. Palmer the rebound. Out in the fast break. Long lead pass. Morrow. That's a tough pass to handle for Malik in full stride. That bounce pass thrown down by his knees. And meanwhile, Botley was spotting up here on the left side. And Botley said, why not me?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, I like that look by Palmer. Get Malik going to the basket. Obviously, that's it's an easier look. Botley or Morrow could have a nice finish in that one too, but it's just a tough play. You got to make that. You got to come up with the ball and a bucket.
Goodrick, skip past Spears. He'll take the open short corner basket and bury it. The lead is 6. Bounce pass into Darius. Fadeaway 10-footer, no good. Malik Morrow the rebound.
Interesting.
He forces up a putback a little quick, and that'll send a substitute into the game. Spears' reverse layup won't fall. Rebound putback high off the glass and in by Farrell.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Lynn's now down by 8. I mean, that just shows what kind of intensity that Nova's playing versus Lynn.
51-43 and a steal by Spears.
That is garbage.
Now, Coach may have to take a timeout here. It will be the under 12-minute media timeout. Palmer clearly frustrated as he slams the seat. It's been a difficult game.
Well, it's been a bad game because they're basically doing this themselves. They turn the ball over. They're throwing lazy passes. I mean, I can think of 4 lazy passes that they've thrown this half already, and that's what's going to happen. Nova's playing with that energy, and if you're gonna let your frustration get to you, I mean, you gotta this is a mental game at this point for Lynn. If they're gonna come back, they want to win this game. They gotta snap out of it. They gotta get out of their heads, and they gotta get some intensity going because it's been again that 8-point lead by Nova has snuck up on us because we've just been watching Lynn and how they've been kind of dragging themselves. So we got to get some energy going. Got to get some intensity from them.
Well, when Coach Price has needed energy, he's turned to Jawan Frazier, and Juju will be checking in. The freshman out of Boynton Beach and Grandview Prep. Frazier in the first half played well, just didn't shoot it that well. Was 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. He did have 4 assists. Lynn now with 14 turnovers, and the Sharks with 11 miscues. But points off turnovers, 14-7 advantage for Nova.
And they've all come in the paint too, besides maybe the one or two threes, but they've been attacking the basket when they've got the ball too. And Lynn's just been it's been dragging. I mean, it's been kind of gross to watch. Got to get something going. Got to get something. Stop in a bucket, get the crowd back. Get the crowd back in it.
Or we may have to bring back the Boynton Beach band. Frazier denying Spears the ball. As they get it to Gibson. Gibson. Outside in dribble and throws it away. Frazier, the breakout, flying to the rim. Rims it in. Frazier puts his fist in the air. His heart may have skipped a beat. Thought he missed that one, but he got it to fall.
There you go. It's a steal. That's a bucket. It's a fast break bucket. Just do that. I mean, easier said than done, but let's get it again. Get it again.
They go in the post.
Yeah.
That's got to be a charge. No call. As Frazier had possession, Spears clearly backed into him, and they let it go. Coach Price saying, where's the clear out on that one? But they got Botley for much less a couple plays ago. Under 10 minutes. Botley to the baseline, draws a blocking foul on Allenfall.
When was the last time we got a call besides for that one? I mean, you had that non-charge call. You had the charge call on Botley here. It's been a while. It's been kind of frustrating.
Yeah, that's the 4th team foul on the Sharks. Botley little jab step. And a forced pass intercepted. Botley swipes it back.
Oh, shoot the ball.
Baez to the rim. Readjusts and scores. Good balance there by Allen.
Oh, watch it, Allen.
Here's the press. They break it to Farrell. To the rim, tried the dunk over Conde. It's not going to work. You got to get up higher than that. Frazier, inside out dribble, nearly threw it away, deflects out to Baez.
Knock it down.
Finds James for three, in and out. Kept alive by Conde. And some energy back in the building.
There we go.
That's what Frazier gives you. Frazier takes the bump and draws the foul on Spears. That is the 5th team foul before the shot. It'll be Lynn basketball with 9 minutes to play. There's a good look at Juju.
Yeah, you talked about he's a spark plug. I mean, if you put a badge on him, he's the spark plug. He comes off the bench, he gives you that speed, that quickness, that energy, and I think he's got the best mental game so far this game. He's been, he's come off, he knows his team is down. He's like, you know what, let me do my job. Let me come out here, get a fast break bucket, and get some energy back.
And they said he was in the act of shooting. And checking in for Coach Toole is Jonathan Back, 6-foot senior out of Carlisle, Ohio. As Frazier trying to loosen up. And he hits that one. The lead is 5, and there's a turnover. The full court press has been efficient at times.
It's a nice little shift of momentum right there. A couple stops, couple turnovers, couple buckets.
Nova trying to locate Botley. Straight on three. Rimming no. Conde, strong rebound. Putback is in.
There it is. There it is. Keep it going now. Keep it going.
Lynn starting to out-muscle Nova Southeastern. And Frazier causes the turnover. Back tried the behind the back. And it didn't get all the way behind the back. Timeout, Sharks. Here come the Fighting Knights.
I mean, that's what you needed. You needed something like that coming from Lynn. You need this. All it takes is a stop and a bucket, and then, this is what can happen. Obviously, the big offensive rebound tipped back by Vio and another offensive rebound right here. I mean, those are big energy plays. That's how you get back in the game.
And there's a Beat Nova shirt. You see the shirts throughout the crowd tonight. It's senior night. Marquand Botley and View Conde, the two seniors on the roster.
Conde's got 6 points in this senior night. Botley would lead the way for our game-tying high 13 points. So the seniors having nice little senior leadership day in this game.
Yeah, 15 points for Troy Spears, the high man for Nova. 13 for Goodrick, and Gibson has a dozen. Darius James, a solid game, Alex. 8.6 rebounds. He has a block and now 3 steals.
Yeah. I mean, just look at this sheet, too. Obviously, James has been very productive when he stays out of foul trouble. Look at this sheet. I mean, look at Nova. They got 3 guys that are doing all the scoring for him. And, I mean, what Lynn has been doing all year round has been getting production from everywhere. Obviously, you got Botley. He's capable of dropping 40. Obviously, when Rogers plays, he's able to drop 27 at any time. But, I mean, you got guys. You got 8 by James, 6 by Conde, 7 by Palmer, 13 by Botley, 7 by Baez. I mean, they're scoring everywhere. I mean, that's Lynn's strength, which is great, and they can always build on that at any time.
Frazier works against the zone. They'll try to get it into the middle of that zone. Conde asking for the ball. Frazier, tough leaner, but it scores it.
Good work. Good work on that. Really created through moving the ball back and forth and was able to find a seam to attack.
And here comes the pressure. It's created 2 straight turnovers. And Frazier got a piece of that one. Goodrick with his good hands got it back. Lynn trails by just 1 now. They want to post against Frazier. Goodrick had it poked away by Baez. Allen said it last touch of the knee of Goodrick. And Baez gives a slap to 5 to the official. This official has a good sense of humor. And that'll bring us to the under 8-minute media timeout. Lynn is right back in it, trailing 53-52 here in the Lynn Sports Network. Now there's Wachukwu, O'Brien unavailable. So for Lynn, they've cut the lead to 1. As Coach Price and Tay Norwood send the troops out. Also assistant coach John Franklin and graduate assistant Dante Scholl, who celebrated his senior night last season here at the DeHornley Center and now part of the coaching staff. Lynn gets a stop here. They can take the lead on the other end. Long three by Gibson, an air ball. Frazier the rebound. Here comes Frazier on the push. Comes to Botley for the lead. And Marquand not quite set on that attempt.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was going to be a over and back, but he never crossed. I got excited.
B.J. Edwards in the post. Spears against Botley, backs him towards the backboard and then scores it with the height advantage. Spears now with 17 points, a game high. Beautiful find to Conde, and he draws the foul. Terrific pass from Frazier, who has a handful of assists already.
Conde went up strong in that one, was able to draw the foul, and that's what we like to see. Obviously, he got the baseline. Love to see a nice little drop step. Got the contact, got the foul. Love to see him convert these 2 free throws.
Conde 0 for 4 from the line. There you go, View. Well, you never question the effort and enthusiasm for View Conde.
We talk about his big personality with the crowd coming out with him. He's got a big heart when it comes to those hustle plays, especially on the boards and on defense. And that was an example of it right there.
And 1 of 2 for View. So now Lynn as a team just 5 of 13. Steal by Frazier. Alley-oop James for the slam. Frazier has turned it around.
And he said, Jarius, go get it. And he got up and he got it. Love to see that.
And the crowd is into it.
There we go. There we go.
We're tied at 55. It is rocking here in the DeHornley Center. Elbow jumper shy from Farrell. Rebounded by Conde. Botley, Lynn can take the lead. Baez to the rim, draws the foul. Allen to the line to shoot 2, and the lead for Lynn.
And those dunks by Darius, those are just Energizer Bunny plays. Even just simple plays, when he got in the beginning of the game or those alley-oops, they'll get the crowd going, and that's exactly what they need. They need that.
And there is the lead for Lynn, 56-55. And Alex Darius James now 5 of 7 from the field. 10 points, 6 rebounds, a block, and 3 steals.
Yeah, if we can get a shot chart of Darius, he had that one corner 3 that didn't go. But I'll tell you what, he's been in the paint pretty much his whole game.
And Lynn continuing to leave points off of the scoreboard with his poor free throw shooting. They're now 6 of 15. 6 minutes to play. Here's Spears against Baez. Goodrick wants an isolation. Spears knocks over Baez. Allen so adept at drawing charges, an offensive foul.
Yeah, you know what? He's that defensive anchor. I mean, he's not the biggest guy on the court, but he makes those hustle plays, takes charges, knocks the ball away, has great hands on defense, and he's got a heck of a heart.
And Spears goes to the bench. He is fouled out, and a big emotional hug with his head coach Gary Toole. Spears has one more year, but Coach Toole, this will be his final season. An emotional moment there on the Nova bench. Baez thought he drew the foul, gets it back. Almost another assist for Juju. There's Frazier, three-pointer, bam! Lynn by 4.
I'll let the crowd speak for itself on how they feel about this run that Lynn's on. It's been awesome.
In the post, Frazier holding as he battled Allen Fall, who's 6'5", Frazier about 5'7". So in the bonus, a 1-1 upcoming for the southpaw, Carl Allenfall. The front end is short. He short-armed it with the crowd hooting it up and distracting him. 59-55 Lynn. Just over 5 minutes to play. What an outside-in dribble, but then Frazier had nobody to pass it to. Three-pointer, Juju, front rim. That would have brought the house down if he hit that one.
Well, love have seen him when he was attacking the basket, go at the basket. I mean, when you leave your feet that close to the basket, go up. I mean, he had room to float it in.
Goodrick against Conde. Into the game is Orep. And Conde bumped in. It had a near steal, but then as View turns to the bench right away and says, "I'm okay, don't take me out." As Conde picks up his 4th foul. So Coach Price, with 4:38 to play, has a decision with his team up 4. And it looks like he's going to elect to leave his senior center in with the 4 fouls. And Goodrick has been nearly automatic from the line, 10 of 11. Maybe Lynn should take a free throw shooting lesson from Harrison Goodrick.
Yeah, I mean, he's been spectacular the last. I mean, that's how you become an efficient scorer, is you knock down free throws.
And he finally missed one as we effectively jinxed him, Alex.
There you go.
59-56. Bounce pass into View. Conde laying on the wrist was Gibson, so Conde to the line to shoot 2. Lynn fortunate there because James and Conde were on the same side, low right post. So there were also multiple defenders there. Somehow Conde snuck through and drew the foul.
Yeah, I mean, Conde's been aggressive all game getting to the line. Obviously, converting has been a different story for him. He's 1 of 6, but, hopefully we can he's got to get these free throws knocked down, man. He's leaving a lot of points. He could have a double-double this game if he knocks his free throws down.
Yeah, Conde now 1 of 7 from the free throw line, and he'd been shooting it better from the line. He upped his percentage to 60%. And Benner looking release there. So it's 60-56. And a reach and foul on Frazier.
That's a tough one, too. Again, Nova's going to be able to chip in this deficit with no time running off the clock.
So back to the free throw line. This time it's B.J. Edwards. Edwards has been quiet tonight, looking for his first point. BJ averaging 7 points, 6-foot junior out of Fort Myers. Began his collegiate career at Jacksonville. The 6-foot junior. And he draws Nova back to within 2 with 4:20 to play. Frazier on the perimeter. Here's Baez. Allen to the rim. Reverse layup is good.
Nice. He's got that sneaky athletic ability, and he's got a nice touch at the rim, too. Love to see more of that from him.
Edwards in transition, takes it to the basket and beat the defense to the rim.
They got Botley basically off the ball. I don't know if it's Nova shutting him down or they're just not letting him, they're just not running him in the offense.
Yeah, they're looking for Botley in the corner. Frazier releases a three and buries it. Jawan Frazier sparking this team here late in the game. Goodrick in the post. Conde with 4 fouls. Got to be careful.
Good defense. Good defense. Kept his hands straight up.
Yep. And Frazier will slow it. They'll try to get Botley a look in the corner here. He's running the baseline. Covered by Gibson. Pass deflected. Darius James fighting for it. And travel is the call. That's a tough call. It's hard to travel when you don't have possession. And I didn't think James had possession. Both players had hands on the ball.
It might have been that it might have been him just rolling over. Obviously not going down, but when he rolled over on the ball, that might have been the call because he's able to rip it out of his hands. But I mean, yeah, it's a tough call either way. But you know, a little tough pass by Botley trying to get that ball forced in there. You know, kind of telegraphed it a little bit.
And we are at the final media timeout here with 3 minutes to play. Lynn up 5. They had trailed by as many as 11 here in the second half. They fought their way back. Darius James, Marquand Botley, View Conde leading the way, and then Jawan Frazier coming off the bench to absolutely turn this one around.
Yeah, Frazier, you know, he's lived up to that spark plug name, and he's been, you know, what it is, and he's been what the spark plug is. He comes off the bench, he runs up and down the court, he's playing defense, he's playing offense, and when the second Lynn gets that defense to stop, he's got the ball and he's going 100 miles an hour, you know, running right up to the offensive side of the court.
Yeah, Jawan now 11 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, and a couple rebounds for the freshman, 4-year starter at Grandview Prep. Won a championship there, high school championship in the state of Florida, both his freshman and senior season. He was part of that 21-0 team last season at Grandview with Wachukwu. BJ Edwards. Allen Fall went for the steal, gambling. A 15-footer is floated in by BJ Edwards, who has come alive here late in the game. He was scoreless and now has a quick 6 points over the last couple minutes. Conde in the post, shovel pass. And Frazier leaps to get that. In the corner, Botley for 3. Left it short, hurried it a bit.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten many looks, and you know he's going to want to get him in, get this crowd going back up again, and he's got to hold his release on that, hold that finish.
Edwards to the rim, draws the foul, and now an 8-point run by B.J. Edwards, and he can make it 9. And Frazier's picked up his 4th.
used his strength, to go into Frazier and was able to get that ball up there and that nice touch to get it to finish.
And Jamal Palmer's replacing Baez here with 2:07 left. So Edwards can tie it. And it looked like Lynn had taken command of this game, but B.J. Edwards misses the free throw.
Big rebound by James.
2 minutes to play. Lynn by 1. Frazier nearly double-double. The Nova the bench calling for the turnover. Frazier floats it up and in, and 1.
That's a big bucket by a little guy, I'll tell you that much. Big shot to get that ball off after the contact and really finish above the tall trees.
There is never a dull moment with Juwan Frazier. He is making something happen at all times. Now let's see if Lynn can make a free throw. 7 of 17. And Frazier connects. Frazier now with 15 points. The leading scorer in the game for Lynn. And he's got those 15 points in under 20 minutes of play. B.J. Edwards. And Coach Toole wants a timeout with 1:42 to play.
Again, Lynn kind of fell behind by 8 because they were lacking that energy and that enthusiasm in the game, and now, it's really picked up for them, and that's how you get back in these games. You fight, you keep fighting, and you bring that energy back in there. I guess you got to give the credit to the spark plug himself, Juwan Frazier.
Oh, Coach Price getting down in the huddle. There's 1:42 to play. Yeah, it looks like he may be replacing Frazier. Frazier has 4 fouls.
Yeah, also they're doing a little offense-defense switch with him and Baez.
Yeah.
You want to keep him on the floor, keep his energy on the floor on offense. You don't want to foul him out on defense. So I like that tactic by Coach Price.
Yeah, get Allen back on the floor, probably your best defender. Foul trouble, 4 fouls for Conde, 4 fouls for Frazier, and 3 for Darius James, also 4 for Wachukwu. Spears is fouled out for Nova Southeastern. Gibson and Goodrick each have 4. B.J. Edwards. They're trying to get it to Goodrick. Work against Darius James. Conde comes down to double, and Goodrick draws another foul. That is the 4th on James with 1:28 remaining. So Goodrick back to the line where he's 10 of 12.
Yeah, Goodrick's 2 for 8 from the field, so he has been shooting the ball very well. But, if you're getting the line 12 times in the game, well, now it's going to be 13 and 14. It's going to be an easy time for you to get efficient buckets.
And Goodrick was 10 of 11. He's missed his last 2. And Nova, other than Goodrick's free throw shooting, they've struggled 14 of 23. Lynn just 8 of 18. And here comes the crowd. And Goodrick silences them for a moment. 68-64, 1:25 remaining. Palmer is now in the corner. Baez and Botley on the perimeter. Palmer takes it in the lane, and it stripped, gets to Conde, and he puts it in.
That's a senior night roll right there. The ball just lands right in Conde's lap, and he's able to nicely lay it in.
Edwards. Step back 3, hits the backboard, ricochets out of bounds to Lynn. And Coach Toole saying, why did you take that shot, Dwayne?
Yeah, never in a million years should that be the shot, especially when you got Goodrick getting the line as well as he has. I mean, I go right back to him. Let him keep getting the ball and let him keep getting the line and get those free buckets. But, yeah, it's a really interesting shot choice. I don't know if that was drawn up or just, he was feeling it. I mean, it's not even a heat check because he's, 2 for 5 now from 3, so it's not like he's been feeling it. But, Lynn catches a break, and and then they're going to secure another possession here. Hopefully they use some clock, too. They start really, really draining this Nova team under the minute.
Yeah, Gibson claimed that he was fouled on that play. The lead is 5 for Lynn with 59 seconds remaining. And Lynn will just run clock now. I'll see if Nova elects to foul right away. Frazier is not on the floor at the moment, so Coach Price has gone back to the starting 5 here. And if you're Nova, you start looking at who you want to foul. You don't want to foul Botley.
I think the obvious choice is Conde if he gets the ball.
Yeah, Botley second in the conference at 85%. And I'm surprised they're not going to foul here. Lynn will be able to take 20 more seconds off. There'll be 25 seconds remaining. And now it's too late to foul. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. A near steal goes back to Baez, waits, and then had it stripped. Goodrick's pass is deflected out of bounds by Palmer. Allen waited a little too long.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have just gone straight up.
Yeah, got to go straight up because the second you got a little break like that, the second you wait, you got the big guys coming back, and that's exactly what happened.
B.J. Edwards. 20 seconds left. Gibson launches a 3 strong. Weak side rebound. They get another attempt. Edwards for 3, no good. The rebound comes back. Allenfall has it, and it poked away by Palmer to stop the clock at 9 seconds. And Coach Price wants a timeout here just to organize the team.
Yeah. Obviously, it's still a 2-possession game with 9 seconds left, but excuse me, you want to get a rebound right away. You want to be able to stop. You want to be able to stop, them from getting any other looks, and you got to secure the game. You secure the game by getting rebounds, and that's what they're missing right now.
Yeah, Nova really needs a 3, but a 2 would do, and then a quick stop of the clock. The way Lynn shoots free throws, you're not out of this game if you're the Sharks. If you get a bucket here, and either a steal or a quick foul. Lynn just 8 of 18 from the free throw line.
For 44%, I was going to say. I mean, they had a couple chances just to go straight up with it, make it a three-point game, and and they elected to try to become edge close with a 3-point shot. But I mean, 44% by Lynn. I mean, that's this game should be what they left 10 points at the line. I mean, this game should be a 10-point game then.
Yeah, comfortable victory. Allenfall. They'll try to get it to Gibson. Goodrick, open 3 is good.
You cannot sag off.
That's too good a look. Conde waiting to inbound. Will have to call a timeout. Lynn up by 2 with 6.7 seconds. And here you got to inbound the ball, but not only that, now you put the pressure on Lynn's free throw shooting because they'll have to make 2 to put it away. So the opportunity for Nova Southeastern. Goodrick gets the wide open 3. Goodrick, a very adequate 3-point shooter, over 30% for a big man.
Yeah, I talked about in the game, Conde, one thing he struggles on defense is guarding that perimeter, and he was trying to switch on the screen, guard the basket, and good play drawn up by the coach, and he had Goodrick able to fade out for that open 3. So that was a good look. Obviously you couldn't get out and close out on it, but gotta get the ball in here. Gotta get some free throws in. I mean, you cannot be giving up points at the line at this stage of the game.
So Palmer will inbound. They'll do the little merry-go-round at center court. They'll try to get it to Botley. Botley darts in. He's held initially. They get it to Frazier, who's fouled with 5.4. So Frazier will go to the line, unable to get it to Botley, the 85% free throw shooter. They settle on Frazier, who's at 62% on the season tonight. Jawan, 2 of 3. Frazier, if he connects on both, will seal the deal for Lynn. There's the first. And now they can't be beaten by a last-second shot. The best Nova could do would be to tie and send it to OT. But Frazier can seal it with this one, and he does. With 5 seconds left.
No fouls.
They just need to get out of the way. Gibson throws up a 3 off the backboard, and this game is over. The Lynn Fighting Knights have come from behind victory, 72-68. They win it. And there is the hero of the day, the savior, getting a hug from Terrell Rogers. Terrific camaraderie, Juju Frazier. The spark off of the bench that Lynn so needed here tonight.
Yeah, that was big. They were really in need of an energy, boost from somewhere, and they got it from the guy who's been doing it all year, and Jawan Frazier. So good win. Obviously, you don't want to fall behind in games like these, but they were able to catch up and come back.
And we'll wait Coach Price arrival here to the table. Speaking of Coach Price, there's his daughter Abby, who's a terrific youth performer in the Boca Basketball League. And as she wins all the events here during halftime here at the DeHornley Center, including beating some of the college kids, I think. Coach Price joining me now. Coach, we were just talking about the prowess of your daughter's basketball game. The camera was on Abby. Not only did she sing the anthem this year, but she's an outstanding young basketball player. It's a talented kid you have there, Coach.
She is. She didn't get it from me, I don't think. But I don't get to see all those things. I miss those things, a little bit busy. But I know she's involved in a lot of things.
Yeah, well, we try to feature her all the time, and the camera seems to find her. Why not? Yeah, there she is, handling the ball, taking it to the basket. You could have used her help tonight. Luckily, you got a guy named Jawan Frazier who came up off the bench and absolutely sparked your team.
Yeah, he did. He played well. He gave us a spark. I thought we were so flat in the first half. I thought our intensity wasn't good. Our energy wasn't good, both on the court and on the bench. And what a great crowd. I mean, how can you not have energy on the court when you have it in the stands like that? And I was real disappointed with that. We did a better job in the second half. I thought the press really helped us. If I had to do it again, I probably would have pressed a little bit more in the first half. I thought that gave us a lift too.
And why do you think your players were a little out of sorts? Looked like they just couldn't connect tonight for some reason.
Well, I mean, you've seen us all year. Zone has a tendency to do that to us. We struggle against the zone. We were better in the second half tonight. Got to do a better job of getting the ball inside, and we just have a lot of open shots we don't make. We got to be a better shooting team, but. It's like any time when you're not making shots, sometimes you get tired of defending, and then it's like putting a pin in a balloon. You just kind of deflate.
Well, Darius James, I thought, has looked quite a bit more composed. Just a freshman, but you've really brought him along well, Coach. Tonight he gives you 10.7 rebounds. What's your impression of his play?
He's playing well. He played really good at Florida Southern the other night, too. I'm really excited about his future, and him and Kenny both. Kenny didn't play a lot tonight, but his future's good. And obviously, Juwan gave us some good minutes, too, as a freshman. So, we're just we're a young team. You can't I stay on Jamal Palmer all the time, and sometimes I forget he's a sophomore. It's only played a year and a half, so we just got to keep building. It's a good win for us. It gets us in the conference tournament for sure. If we win Tuesday, on Saturday, we can go as high as 5. So we need to aim to get another road win.
What's the status of Kevin O'Brien?
Kevin will be back next game.
Okay, that's good to hear. So he'll be back for Tampa. And you're getting this team where you want it. You've done such a great job. You're like the Tom Izzo of Division II, getting your team ready for March Madness. But are you happy with where the team is progressing here heading into March?
Yeah, we've just been streaking. I mean, you've been with us. We won 8 out of 9, then we lost 6 out of 7. And then we go win a couple really good road games, with St. Leo and Florida Southern. So that's what you get with a young team and a new team. You get roller coaster ride that I don't particularly like, but I know it kind of goes with it. And it's important to be playing well going into the tournament, and we're playing well right now. We're playing well at the right time, especially if we can go get a win on Saturday.
All right, Coach. I may not see you again this season, but it's been a delightful. Good luck down the stretch, and good luck to the team.
You're awesome, man. Appreciate
you're
it.
the best, Coach. All right, Coach Jeff Price. And Alex will come back on, and we'll wrap things up. Coach, they have the road game, and if they don't have a host a game, they'll be on the road, so I won't get to see Coach Price down the stretch here, but we wish them the best of luck. We can run down the totals, and we'll wrap it up here on a late night here on a Wednesday. But Goodrick finishes with 18 points. Alex, 11 of those from the free throw line, so I thought Lynn did a solid job defensively on him other than allowing him to get to the line so much. 17 points for Spears, who eventually fouled out and had an emotional hug with his head coach, Gary Toole, who's in his final season here at Nova Southeastern. They led the way, also 12 points from Gibson. For Lynn, we mentioned Darius James with the 10 and 7, 10 and 9 for View Conde on senior night, 7 points for Palmer. Jamal did have 4 assists and 5 rebounds. Botley finishes with 13. I thought Nova did a nice job getting in Botley's face and throughout the night. They held him to the 13 points. He did hit 4 trays. 10 points for Baez to go on 4 assists, 16 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals for Jawan Frazier, sparking this team, igniting the crowd, and lifting Lynn to victory here tonight. 3 points apiece for Morrow and Wachukwu. So Lynn wins it. They win the final home game of the season on senior night, 72-68, to end their season here at home. They finish the regular season on the road Saturday at Tampa, and then they'll begin postseason play. The hopes of hosting a first-round game not in the cards. The coach says they can finish as high as 5th, which would still put them on the road. The top 4 teams will host the quarterfinal games before the semifinals being played and the finals being played up in Daytona. So, Alex, just want to thank you. Great having you along. You give that great insight. Coming from a student perspective, you know the guys so much on and off the court, and your basketball knowledge is terrific. So thank you for joining me for the majority of the season.
Of course, it's been a great year. I know, obviously, coming in, watching these games at home, obviously, it's even better when Lynn's, 9-5 at home. Those 9 victories have been, just as fun as those 5 losses might not have been. But either way, it's been a great season. I always love doing this. You're a great mentor. So this is absolutely fantastic. So thank you again. The production staff, to you too. So it's been a great year. Hopefully we'll see you again next year.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be back. And I even bought you a piece of pizza tonight.
That's right.
All right, Lynn wins at 72-68 over Nova. The Sharks fall to 6-20 overall. Lynn improves to 13-12 overall, 8-9 in conference, and 9-5 at home at the Dorley Center with some exciting games here. Great crowds this season. You got to hand it to the Lynn fans. They've been outstanding. It's been Lynn sanity here at the DeHornley Center this season. So great job by our Lynn Sports Network, Joey Heffron, Andy Vermees and company. Great job by the students, Christina Dybo. We'll see you in the spring sports. But thanks for everybody for listening. I'm Ari Shannock saying so long, everybody.